Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you're just starting your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with all aspects of English life, read by a native British speaker. Together we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website, onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's also about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love for the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, share your own language journey, and as a reward for being so amazing, you will get exclusive content each month. So whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets of Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Get comfortable and let the learning begin. Today's episode is called Muntjac Deer. Welcome to the magical world of Muntjac Deer, the little wonders that have become special in the United Kingdom. These small and cute creatures are now part of nature in the UK. Originally from East Asia, Muntjac deer now live happily in the green woods and fields of the UK. They were brought here a long time ago, around 1900, by the 6th Duke of Bedford, who had a home in Bedfordshire. He released a few of these deer on his land at Woburn Abbey. Later, more of them were brought to different parts of the UK. At first, people brought Muntjac deer to the UK to make parks and fancy gardens look nice. But because they are good at living in different places and breeding, they started living in the wild. Imagine a pretty English countryside with hills and old forests. In the shadows and sunlight, you might see these small wonders moving through the bushes. Since Muntjac deer are not very big, they're like magical fairies of the forest. They are around 50 to 60 centimetres tall. They look like Bambi's tiny cousins. What's really interesting about Muntjac deer is that they like to get into trouble. They are curious and love exploring gardens. If you enjoy gardening, you might find yourself having a light-hearted battle with these little explorers. They like nibbling on flowers and bushes. Muntjac deer aren't just into gardening. They make great partners. When they want to mate, they gently push each other and prance around. It's like a sweet dance that makes the forest floor feel like a romantic story. After they mate, a male and a female deer might stay together for a long time, taking care of their babies together. If you're in the woods and hear what sounds like a dog barking far away, it might actually be a Muntjac deer. They're good at making bark-like sounds that echo through the trees. It's their way of talking to each other and making the forests feel lively and maybe a little spooky. Even though we really like these small deer, sometimes they cause problems because there are so many of them. They can live in different environments, and this can make it hard for other animals and plants. People are working to find a balance so that Muntjac deer can live happily without causing too many problems. If you love nature or just enjoy looking at animals, you should go on a Muntjac adventure. You can find them in the woods of England, the valleys of Wales, or even the hills of Scotland. Take a camera with you. You might capture a perfect moment of Muntjac magic. Muntjac deer have become a special part of the UK's nature, adding a bit of fun to our forests. So the next time you're in the wild, listen for the soft sounds of leaves and faraway barks. The Muntjac deer might be inviting you to join their magical woodland dance. Remember to join me on Patreon for exclusive content. This month's video is all about Bonfire Night, celebrated in the UK on the 5th of November. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Please comment, like, and share so even more people can discover me and my podcast. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further. Whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics, I'm here to guide you on your English journey. 30-minute lessons are £8 and 60-minute lessons are just £15. Buy a package of 10 lessons and you'll get your 11th lesson for free. If you haven't had a lesson with me before, why not try a 20-minute trial lesson to see what the lessons are like for the reduced cost of just £5. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining my Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps me bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of my show. Plus, you will receive exclusive content so you can keep practicing your listening skills even more. It starts from just £1. Your support truly means the world to me, and I couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining me here on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.